Welcome, everyone. Today we are joined by Sara. She is a massage therapist in Austin, Texas. We met on TikTok, and tell the people how we met, Sara.
Yes, I had the lovely opportunity of meeting you from TikTok whenever one of my videos went semi-viral here in Austin when I was trying to promote my coloring club back in June, I believe. I made a little video about radio where we were going to host the coloring club to kind of encourage people to come out. I had already been doing the coloring club for 6 months, but only ever promoted to my friends and my already like small following that I had, but I never made a TikTok. So TikTok loved it. It was a free thing to do and low-key thing to do. And lo and behold, I got a DM that said, "Hey, I'd love to meet you." And then we got together and I think we clicked. We had a very similar vision and idea, and here we are now.
Yes, yes, the stars aligned.
They
Uh,
do.
and one of the highlights of last year for me and moving into this year because it's still a thing is
Mhm.
the Down to Earth Coloring Club, which we
Yeah.
host every month, and it's just been so fun to meet people not only in the community but just people who want to be outside, want to color, want to have friends, meet new people.
Definitely. I have made my own friends personally, and but it's beautiful to see other people that have made also their friends, even if it's just friends that they're only going to see once a month at the coloring community or coloring club.
Yeah.
They are also grateful too. Sometimes I forget like how important it has been like doing this because to me it's like,
Yeah.
oh, la-di-da, we're gonna get together and color, no big deal. But
Yeah.
people are like, no, you changed my life. And I'm like, did I? Like
Yes, you
I
did.
just facilitated what we needed. You did all the work. Like I just gave you away. Like, oh, now, I just opened the road and then you did all the work. That's
Yeah.
what I love, part of what I love. And it's kind of nice though, because that's one of the reasons we started all of it, or I started all of it back then. It's like we wanted something free to do in Austin that didn't involve working out or being very expensive. And also I wanted to make more friends that were in similar life phases as me, and it happened. It all happened. And it's
Yeah.
happening for other people too. And then I get to color more, doing something from my childhood that I missed and just don't do enough of.
Yeah. It's
Hmm.
so true. And I love how the diversity of people that go, we have people of all different abilities and all different backgrounds and all different ages. And we have parents and single people and cousins and just, I
Yeah.
mean, you name it, they
I
come.
actually feel like I've connected with like more types of people because of this than
Mhm.
I would have normally like in my regular life. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like, and it takes a little bit of, I think, learning how to like be with different communities because I'm not used to it, but it's also that's part of the nice part because I get to not go far in order to get to know different like walks of earth in the world.
Yeah. I love how you said that. You don't have to go far to get to like experience different walks of the earth. Because everyone has like such, I mean, everyone who like I've met at coloring club and even have made friends in coloring club, like I me and Wendy, do you remember Wendy and her puppy Mochi?
Yeah.
Um we have like a Friday like we call it Friday Asian girl dinners. I mean, obviously I'm not Asian, but it's like lunch where we go to all the different sorts of Asian spots and
I
um
love that.
yeah,
I didn't even know you got that close to her.
yeah, and then it's expanded to like more people. The wild thing about that is like everyone except for me is like first generation like citizens like in the States. And so it's so fascinating to like hear hear their stories and just learn from people that way. But I feel like it's the same when I go to coloring club too. There's so many different types of people, different walks of life.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you said, really accessible just to sit down, hear their stories and
Yeah.
do
That's
something.
probably one of my resolutions going forward. Like I want to talk to people more, like especially when we got really busy there for a second, like we really just spent the whole time like
Yeah.
hanging out and greeting people.
Yeah.
But I feel like you're really good at getting to talk to know everyone, and I'm like, I need to do that.
Same. I feel like I know that was something that I was really intentional of last year, and I want to continue to be intentional of is just like go and talk to people. And the
Hmm.
fact that they're willing out of all the things they could be doing with their time to like come
Mhm.
and color, like they thought it was like good enough for them to get out of their house. Like I don't know how many people um well, just for our listeners too, before I finish this thought, we're coloring too. I think you're painting, but I'm coloring
Yes,
while we're
I'm
doing
painting a
this.
little.
We thought it would just be like very natural for us to do that. So if we're not looking at the camera or anything, it's just because we're busy
I'm
coloring.
painting a little octopus today.
Oh, that's so fun. I
Mm,
love that. I'm just doing some intuitive coloring like usual. Um,
I've done a little bit more of that since meeting you. It's very nice.
yeah, it's relaxing. I think one of the things that I was really blown away by with people coming to coloring club was that um a lot of people are like, I don't leave my house on the weekends, but I like came out for this. Um,
Yeah,
so it's just like I don't know what about it like gets people out. If it's just like a low pressure type of community meetup and it's literally just come color and make
yeah.
friends and I don't know
Yeah,
what it is.
the people that I have met like that, I think one thing they have in common is that they get a lot of anxiety around meeting new
Mhm.
people and especially being in new places in Austin of all places because
Yeah.
Austin is such a cool, hip city and you like feel like you have to be some type of way to fit in,
Mhm.
but with coloring club, like we hosted at a Cosmic Saltillo at first, which is a pretty central like bar restaurant. And then
Yeah.
there's Radio East, which is also I would consider like one of like Austin's places. And now we're at
Yeah.
Meanwhile and it, like the people that never leave their house, like this is like something so chill and that they can do in order to still explore those places. But they before they would be too anxious too because oh, I'm not cool enough. I'm not this enough. But now it's like, no, we're all here together as a community to experience this where you can totally be like there's nothing telling us we can't be in
Yeah.
these places, but the
Yeah.
coloring gives us also this like I think it's like a sense of home almost because you're bringing something from you usually people bring their own colors. It's something that they already love and they're with people that like to do what they do. And like we always tell people, if it gets too weird, you just go back to color and you're just like, let me
I know,
color.
I think that's the nicest part about it is that like you can yeah be in your own little world and the natural pauses and conversations it doesn't there's no like lull, like there's not a pressure to fill the space, it's because everyone's doing an activity too. um
Yeah, I love it. And
yeah.
so I think people, once they experience it once, especially those that are not used to, being as social, they're like, wait, that wasn't so bad.
Yeah, and it's been so fun to see like the regulars come like month over month or even just like maybe they'll skip a few months and come back, but it's so
Mm.
fun just to think that they enjoyed it so much that they're willing to come back, which is just fun.
Yeah, we barely like published the RSVP link for February.
Yeah.
I saw that the people that have RSVP'd, it was like 8 out of 12 that were all returning. And I was like, wow, look at
Oh,
that.
that's so fun. It's
Yeah.
fun to be able to create a little community and see it change, especially because I think after COVID, just everyone kind of turned more inward and got into like their own little like they weren't, what am I trying to say? They weren't trying to make new friends or like go outside and like meet people and be social. And I feel like at least for me, the socialness and not having that connection with other people, it was something that I was really craving and wanting. So it's fun that you created a little community for us to all do that, Sarah.
I love it. I want to know all of you just as much as you guys want to know everyone too.
Yeah. Yeah, it will be fun. I'm excited to see how it grows and evolves this year too.
Yeah.
Uh, and then you are a massage therapist.
Hmm.
Yeah, tell our listeners how that came to be. What made you want to go into massage therapy?
The journey has been a journey for sure. So I started, it's not nothing crazy, but I decided many years ago to go to aesthetic school. I went to school in Nevada
Nice.
because I was going through my own like health crisis, getting to know what's going on with my body, trying to do alternative ways of healing, not just, what they tell me at the doctor. And
Yeah.
at the time, I still deal with a lot of acne because of everything going on inside. And so I thought I wanted to do hair or something because I was looking for a career of some sort for me to do because regular college wasn't my thing. Like I tried it,
Yeah.
but it didn't work out for me. And so I was like, well, what kind of trades are available? And I was like, well,
Mm.
maybe I can be a hairstylist. But being a hairstylist felt like I didn't really care for the hair. So then I learned there was a
Okay.
thing with skin, and I was like, okay, let's go see what this is about. Went to go see that, and I liked it. I was like, okay, I can do facials. I can learn about skincare. Like it seems very personal to me. Like maybe I'll learn more about like I really did it selfishly to like how do I help myself? And
Mhm.
then it just became a career. While I finally became a facialist and I was only doing facials actually. I would get a lot of compliments on my touch. And this also happened around COVID time. So I would just practice on like family members at home. I did have all this stuff to do facials, and I always liked the idea of working for myself, like having my own business. So I did accumulate all this stuff and I would work on my family, any friend that would let me practice on them.
Yeah.
And again, always got compliments with my touch. And they eventually started asking me for back massages. And I was like, I mean, I guess. Like, I mean, I can do a back facial. So I would do
Yeah.
back facials on them, but they would be like, wait, can you just like take a little bit longer on the massage? And I'd be like, okay, like, sure. But then it got to the point where like my parents would be like, just the massage. And I'd be like, okay. And they're like, it feels great. You should do this forever. And I'd be like, I think you need to like be licensed if I really do want to do this for,
Yeah.
but they were just like, this is so great. And so I
Aw.
looked into it because also my teacher from aesthetic school had planted a seed in me back then, and it didn't sprout till then, till this moment. I was like, wait, my teacher was a dual license. Like she was a massage therapist
Oh,
and a
cool.
esthetician. And I just looked into massage therapy school, one that I remember her mentioning, and they were doing a hybrid program where I could go into school for hands-on and then we would do like theory online. And I was like, that seems easy. And at the time, like it was financially right for me, and I was like, okay, like I want to know what I'm doing. I've always been someone that
Yeah.
like wants to know more or wants to know everything, look
Yeah.
at everything. And so I was like, okay, I'll do it. And then it was just 6 months and then an internship. So it was pretty doable for me. And it just slowly became more meaningful than skincare. And I was really good at it. Like I loved it and it felt natural to me. And here I am now, like going on to my 5th year of my massage license.
No
And
way.
I only offer massage now. Like I have left
Oh,
the facialing behind for now, for now. I still love skincare and I do miss facial massage, which I also do facial massage a little bit, but not for like the skincare benefits right now.
yeah.
But it just became so meaningful. I think that's the big word. Like it feels so good to do what I do and to be a part of someone's healing journey. Like
Mm,
massage therapy it's a lot more than just like helping with sore muscles. Like I'm a big believer that, you know, our emotions are tricky little things. They are sneaky. They love to just like linger in places that you didn't even realize you could be storing something because a lot of times people don't acknowledge what they're feeling and then it
yeah.
just gets stored somewhere else. And
In the
so
body.
in the body, exactly. And like I've had some like people have had some like profound like emotional healing and stuff sometimes in their sessions. And I really think it's part of me like holding that space for them and allowing them to process it. Because massage therapy too, like it can be a silent session, and a lot of times those things just come up while you're meditating on it, like laying it on the table. But it's been beautiful. I love it. Like there's no other way to put it.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Mm.
I I love that too. I think that's one of the reasons why you and I click so much is because we are so aligned with how
Yeah.
emotions, if we don't fully process them or I like to call it like close the emotion loop, like they do linger and they linger in our bodies.
Yeah.
And especially as like a way to get our attention because it's like our emotions have such valuable information and valuable messages for us, and it wants us to hear what it's trying to bring our attention to. And one way, a really good way that it does that is through pain and pain in the body. So I
Yeah.
love, and that's one of the things that I like really appreciate about you too, is that you have such just like a natural ability to like let stuff happen and to hold space
Mhm.
for people and to just go with the flow. Like you're really intuitive with that stuff. So it's fun to hear that, like, even in your sessions, like, people are having big breakthroughs. I know when I've gotten massage before, like, I've like cried. I know if I've gone like on long runs or long bike rides, like, and with a repetitive motion, like, I'll have like some sort of emotional release. So it's fun. It's really fun to hear that it's happening like on your table when you're working with people in such a vulnerable state, but you're
Yeah.
able to create such a safe space for them to go there and to
Mhm.
explore and to come out feeling refreshed, not just with their bodies, but maybe in their mind and their spirit too.
Yeah. Sometimes I think to myself, like, wow, I kind of want to do like regular therapist college studying so that I can offer
Yeah.
all inclusive. But right now, actually, I kind of just got an idea.
Yeah. What's your idea?
You mentioned like you just get sometimes these emotions when you get your own body work.
Yeah.
I still am this way, and you are someone with way more experience and knowledge on emotions. But I know there are people that they don't know why they all of a sudden are feeling some type of way after their massage. And I'm like, here's a piece of cutlery paper and some crayons after your session.
Do it.
That'd be so funny. And be like, here,
Yeah.
just just scribble and see what comes up.
Yeah,
And then
honestly,
that'd be cool. And be
the
like, I
whole
have a friend that can interpret it for you.
I have an affiliate program too, so we can hook you up.
I'm like, wait a minute, because there are people who they just don't know how they feel after their massage, but they because
Yeah.
I know when you get massage, you're also in this like massage brain space, and they're like, huh, like there's like this small moment of like I don't know what the word I'm looking for. I need to read a dictionary, but like this moment where like there's enough time and space in your brain finally for stuff to come up,
Yeah.
and that's when they get these emotions that they're like, what is this? Like,
Yeah.
why am I angry all of a sudden? And it's like, well, we
Yeah.
probably could get out of wherever it was hiding.
Yeah. It's 100%. One of the main things that I work with and why I love intuitive coloring so much is because a lot of times we like to intellectualize or just ruminate or get stuck
Mhm.
on our thoughts and like our brain's main purpose is to keep us safe. And so it constantly looks in pattern matches based on our old experiences to make sense of the current or what we're currently experiencing. And one of and a lot of times emotions, it's just our body's way of being like, hey, this I was talking to a therapist yesterday
Mhm.
and she talked about how like 60% of her work, because she specifically works with like OCD patients, like 80% of her caseload is like OCD. She was
Mhm.
talking about how 60% of the compulsions are due to the thinking patterns, like our brain just getting in these like mental models or thinking patterns, and like they're not able to disrupt it. But that's a lot of what emotions do is just trying to get people to say, hey, this belief about yourself, or this belief about relationships, or this belief about money, or this belief
Mhm.
about how the world works, it's not working for us anymore. It
Okay.
kept us safe for a little bit, but let's just try to find something else. Like, let's update that belief so that we can just create space for what we really want. Because our brain doesn't care what we want. Like it's not, our brain doesn't care if we're happy. It just cares if we're alive.
Yeah, it's like living is its priority.
Yeah. And then what I love about what you were saying too, because massage, all of that to say, if we're stuck in our head, it really is how we need to get into our body in order to like break the thinking pattern or to be able to shed light on the thinking pattern.
Mm-hmm.
So you do that through massage. I do that through intuitive coloring. This is
Mm-hmm.
also why you'll hear a lot of people say like the gym is my therapy,
Yeah.
uh, because it gets them into their body and out of their head.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really just like how can you, because there's a lot of different ways to do it, and depending on like your body and your abilities and everything else, um, all different modalities and different like approaches can work for you.
Yeah.
But it's like, how do you get out of your head and into your body? And how do you connect your head and your body to like work more in tandem?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that makes 100% sense when you're saying people after the massage, they have like all these emotions come up. It's because they're in their bodies now. You
Because
were
they're
able
in their
to help create
body.
that space.
I know it's beautiful when I'm working on on a particular area and they're like they feel the switch then,
Oh, cool.
not just from like the pain or whatever, if it's like a little bit more deep tissue or something, but they're just like,
Yeah.
like, wait, I'm feeling something. And it usually starts physical, like, oh wait, ouch, like that's probably a tender spot.
Mm.
It's like, okay, let's take a second to breathe, or let me just work here for a little bit. And then they usually get quiet, and I feel like that's when they're thinking about it. They're
Mm.
like,
Mm.
yeah, I love so much what I do.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I remember as a child, I have one memory where I was like, I think stepping on my mom or my dad's back. And
Yeah.
I remember saying like, "Oh, I'm massage therapist. Like, yay.
Oh,
I think it's, I think somehow we always know what we'll do,
yeah,
but we're not really conscious of it.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. That's so cool though. I love that you have like little memories of little Sarah being a massage therapist.
Very rare, very rare. I feel like we've talked about my memories. They're very scattered.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah. That's fun though.
I know.
I
It's funny too because I'm thinking about one of the questions that I read in your email. It was like how to like growing up in my culture, like how that influenced my career and stuff.
yeah.
Um, Growing up Mexican,
Mhm.
we only ever saw massage as a way to like heal something that was like hurting or you're in pain or you twisted your ankle and like we weren't going to the doctor for like ibuprofen or to be told that it was a broken or anything. Like
Mm.
if it was broken, it would be obvious, but like we
Yeah,
wouldn't go to the doctor for things like this for whatever reason, like just not being able to go.
yeah.
We would be, we would know someone, a curandera or some or sobandera. Those are the two main names, and they are healers essentially. Like those are what those words mean. And so my experience growing up with massage, it was literally just going to someone's like extra room in their house or their garage, and it's always like this dark little place, and they have like this hard table where you lay on, and they're just like going in and like healing this area that you're in pain in. And
Amazing.
they're all associated too with being extremely painful, but somehow
Okay.
they heal you. Like
Wow.
they they're I now that I like think back to it, like I think they are those the type of people that have like a gift. They call them
Yeah.
like in Spanish tienen un don, and
Mm.
they just ancestrally like that's just what their people did, what their family did, and they just knew how to fix like curar.
Yeah.
And And so whenever I started learning about massage therapy officially, I would have a lot of, my Hispanic family members be like, "Oh, me puedes curar? Can you fix me? Can you do this?" And I'd be like, "I can try, but I don't think I have that like shamanism in me yet." Like I'm like,
Yeah.
I think we as Mexicans are used to this like very intuitive, like natural, like healingness and like curanderas and sobanderas that I could probably tap into at some point if I like want to like go, live with someone for a summer or something in
Yeah.
Mexico, or even just like watch some people here because everyone knows somebody here.
Yeah.
But that
I
was
love
my
that.
only experience. So whenever I started to learn about massage therapy, quote unquote, properly,
Yeah.
like it was completely different. And so now a big part of my business, I think, is bringing this type of massage therapy to my culture
Mhm.
because we're not used to this type. This type of massage therapy was seen as luxurious and spa and relaxing versus what I grew up with was like natural healer. It's going to be painful, but you're going to be fixed like energy.
Yeah.
And now it's like I'm teaching my culture and in general other people, like everyone, a lot of people have this like pain, no gain for massage
Yeah.
therapy,
Oh
but it's like,
yeah.
no, like we can blend it. And for Mexicans in particular, since that's what I'm used to, like we deserve a spa day too. Like we're so
Yeah.
used to like working so hard and breaking our backs and like again no pain no gain, and a spa day is reserved for like maybe a birthday, maybe
Mm.
an anniversary, but like not really, it's non-existent, like no one knows, blended with like the lack of like language, like the language barrier
Yeah.
that happens between like a high-end spa and then just like your regular everyday Mexican family. Like I think that's been really important in my career. Like, it's so nice whenever I get like a first gen, second gen, like on my table and they know about self-care and they love it. And then they're like, wait, you speak Spanish, right? And I'm like, yes, I do. And they're like, I'm gonna bring you my mom or my grandma. And I'm like, please, like, they do
Oh,
not know what it's like to be treated nicely, I swear.
yeah.
And I have had these like usually I like usually the older women, very rarely it's like the men. I feel like the older men are very like not for it yet. Like we haven't cracked that code yet. But the
Yeah.
ladies that they bring me, it's almost always like whoa, like I've never had a massage like this or like I don't even know what
Oh,
this feels like or like the whole time that I feel like from my personal experience of how I grew up, I'm literally like, I'm taking care of you now. Like you
oh,
have taken care of generations and you don't know what feeling loved is like. And so I'm like, I will love you. I'll take care of
oh,
you. And sometimes these like these older women like they want more pressure and things like that because that's
yeah,
what we're used to massage therapy being like. And I'll give them a little bit of that so that they feel comfortable and like at home. But then
yeah.
I do a lot of like soothing moves and like just like
Mhm.
having them breathe deeply and just like one thing too that I notice with them is that they're very protective of their bodies. Like they help a lot. We call it helping as massage therapists. They want to move their bodies and they're like they almost feel like it's a burden to let go and let me move their bodies around, but I know it's a protective mechanism of theirs because
Mhm.
they're so used to being like this. And I'm like, okay, I just like if I do notice that they do that a lot, I probably won't move them as much anymore so that they don't feel like they have to help and I can just focus on soothing their nervous system.
Yeah.
But those sessions are so valuable because it just reminds me about all my life. Like growing up, all the
Oh,
people I've been with, how we're just as a culture not used to this.
yeah,
And it's so funny, like it's I still got so many first timers and I forget because I'm in the world that it's not everyone's normal. And so when I get people for the first time, especially like older Hispanic community that are finally going to take care of themselves or someone is forcing them to come take care of themselves,
yeah,
that I'm like, yeah, this exists and I'm happy to be here whenever you want or can be and things like that. And I think that's
yeah.
part of what makes me like love what I do.
Mm.
Um, I love it.
I mean, how cool is it to be able, because I think that's what, at least like the older I get, the more I realize that like every generation has the opportunity to bring healing to like past generations and to kind of pave the way or make a change in the trajectory of like future generations.
Hmm.
So I love that like you're really taking this opportunity to like serve the people in your community, especially because I know like gender roles and family traditions are so important to like Mexican families
Hmm.
and like especially like women and taking care of everyone and serving everyone. So the fact that you're able to like give back and just let kind of like just tell their nervous system that it's okay to like relax and
Hmm.
that you've got them. Like how beautiful is that, Sarah?
I know. I almost wish I could just like hug them
Yeah.
sometimes. Sometimes we do like hug goodbye depending on how the session goes and how the clients feel.
Yeah.
But a lot of these people, like they leave with a smile every time. They're like, wow, like I just
Oh,
experienced something that I haven't had in a long, long time or never have had in their lives.
yeah,
It's beautiful and
it is.
yeah, I love it.
That is awesome. I love too what you said. I think that when we were talking to prep for this podcast, that was one of the things that like really stuck out to me too, is like your ability to give them like their language and being able
Oh
to
yeah.
like they can just freely express themselves and tell you how they're feeling and what areas that they're feeling it in, and you can use that information to create some sort of like treatment plan for them. And
Yes. I
but
think
it's
this is when we talked about the Bernie Brown, like
yeah,
emotions, and we can only express ourselves as much as our like language will allow us, or our knowledge, like
yeah,
words will allow us.
yeah,
Same thing with the language barrier. Like if they're going to a big chain massage place where they will not get someone that speaks their language, but if they're in pain or that feels weird or they don't want to be touched, they're a lot less
yeah,
likely to express it or ask for it
yeah,
because they can't. So me having that, like their same language, literally, it's like I'm more likely to give them what they're looking for, or they're able to, tell me if something's wrong.
yeah. I think that's the beautiful part of it too. It's like another layer to help their nervous system feel safe and to just like kind of release and go with the flow of the experience versus having to be on guard or being nervous about the type of care they're going to be receiving.
Hmm.
Um, so I think yeah, that's really cool that you're able to give that to your clients and the people who come see you.
I truly love what I do.
Yeah, for sure. How would you say, I mean, you can tell you love what you do too. Like it's every time I talk to you about it, it's just like you light up and you're like, this is it. Like this is why you do the work that you do. And like I know
Yeah.
you have big plans for how you want to like give back to the community, and a lot of what you're I think that's another reason why we align so well is that we, both of us in our own ways, want to make our tools and our work accessible to everyone and just help people um, realize that like they can, they're like this form of self-care and this form of healing is accessible, and it doesn't have to be like elitist or luxurious, or it can literally just be um, within their own reach.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, you're right.
It's true. I think and I don't know if I mean, I was in college when like Instagram started, and a lot of that, like I feel like Instagram, the early days, yes, it was people like posting pictures and kind of having like this photo journal of sorts, but
Hmm.
there really was like this rise to like wellness influencers.
Hmm.
And I don't think it did any favors for health and wellness in general, because you had these people basically very performative,
Hmm.
like take pictures of like these $20 like acai bowls, or
Hmm.
like of like spending, this is like pre-COVID time. So like this is back in like 2012, where they're spending like hundreds of dollars at the grocery store every week on like organic and exotic like groceries that like not everyone can afford or has access to.
Yeah.
And it just kind of painted the picture, at least for me in the community that I was in, as like wellness and taking care of your body. It is a luxury. It is a luxury.
Hmm.
And that is not accessible. And that if you don't eat organic, and if you don't shop at these places, and if you're not able to, um, like if you don't have the time to like home cook your meals, or if you don't like, there's just a lot of these narratives that I think kind of stuck.
I
Um,
was gonna say, I think a lot of that I still personally feel sometimes, like,
yeah,
mhm,
yeah.
especially with the buying like fancy, all the all the exceptions on this label type food. It's always like it always comes with a markup.
Yeah, it does. When in reality, I think it just, we need to go back to the basics, right? Of like,
Mhm.
are you eating fruits and veggies and carbs and fats um and proteins, and are you are you getting enough steps every day, like enough like movement in your day? And
Walking makes such a huge difference. I have
It really
noticed
does.
personally in my life.
Yeah, but it's like something so basic that like everyone has access to. You don't need a gym membership for. Everyone like, I mean, everyone who is physically able can like go out and walk and just get some sunshine or get
Yeah.
some fresh air. And it's not like you have to have a $300 gym membership to like go walk on like a fancy treadmill to do that. Like you can walk
Go out,
outside.
outside your door.
Yeah, for sure. I think
Yeah,
that's what was that?
I'm just agreeing.
Yeah. I think that's one of the things that I was really passionate about for color mending too, is um, just this idea that like therapy is only accessible to people who have insurance. And I mean,
Hmm.
obviously, you have like amazing therapists who are doing sliding scales, and I work with a lot of therapists who make their work accessible and they have like workbooks that they sell online. And even if you're not able to go and physically meet with a therapist one on one, they try to make it accessible.
Yeah.
But for me, I was like, how could I give people the skills to be able to one know the type of help that they need, so have a better understanding of like what's happening internally so that they can have better language, going back to like the limits of my
Mhm.
world or the limits of my language
Yeah.
quote. um and then like, do they need to go like that way they could talk to their doctor or they could talk to their therapist or they could talk to a friend or a family member about what they're going through and hopefully
Yeah.
get some help that way. But I was really intentional about like using materials that people already had, making it super accessible. And I think that's one of the reasons why, yeah, we clicked again. It's just like we want our work to be accessible and like at like different price points, and we're trying to figure out how to do that. Like, how do you? I think it's an interesting way. It's an interesting approach of like, how do you
Yeah.
still sustain yourself and sustain like life and pay all the
Yeah.
bills and like live while trying to do something more service oriented. I'm still trying
Hmm.
to figure that out too.
That is the golden question.
Yeah,
Like there, like balance exists. I will be delusional in that forever. Like
yeah.
we will find a way.
I think we will. I think because like it's like a pillar for us and kind of like a guide point for us and one of the main drivers of like why we're doing this work. I really think that we'll be able to crack the code and see what happens.
Yeah, I something I did a little bit differently this month for my clients is that I offered them, and I only did this directly to my clients on my email list. I
Yeah.
offered for Wednesdays and Thursdays in February to a $75 hour service,
Oh, wow.
which is what I used to charge like 5 years ago when I first started
Yeah.
massage therapy. And it's also my birthday month, so I called it like a birthday special, like a business birthday prices.
Oh,
And I also did it because I was doing my own like little personal work project, and
yeah.
I looked at some of these names of clients I haven't seen in a while, and I was like, dang, I have not seen them in a while. And used to see these clients when I would charge a lot less. So I'm like, okay, I might be out of their price range now. And while I'm not in a place where I can offer these like discount sessions all the time, because again, we're trying to find the balance, like we
Yeah.
were just talking about, I was like, you know what? I can test this out for this month. And let's say, let me limit it to these 2 days a week. I'm only seeing two clients these days, anyways.
Mm,
So it's not like I'm going to overwork myself.
yeah.
And so I offered this discounted session on Wednesdays and Thursdays. And I told my clients, I'm like, text me if you want to book this. I'm literally posting it nowhere else.
Yeah.
And one, I learned who reads my email. Two, Like I got to hear back from some people I haven't heard from in a while, and they're like,
Oh,
yes, please get me in. So now my Wednesdays and Thursday evenings are booked.
no
Yeah,
way.
literally for the month, like 4 weeks in a row. And
Wow.
I'm like, it feels great. Like I got to
Yeah.
I got to help out for that month, you know? And
Yeah.
hopefully this is something I can implement in the future more often. And
Yeah.
I think that's how we'll find the balance.
Yeah. I think so too. I was listening to um I was listening to Tony Robbins, and my relationship with Tony Robbins has always been kind of hot and cold.
Yeah, what can we say?
Yeah. I mean, growing up and like, yeah, it's just always been hot and cold. But he recently did his big like New Year's event, and no, it was him and Alex Hormozy. This is what it was. Him and Alex Hormozy sat down and had a conversation. And my relationship with like Alex and Layla Hormozy has been like hot and cold too. I
Okay.
mean, but they have helped me in so many ways and like building the business and like the amount of information and just like practical tips that they give for free for people to build and business owners to build their companies has really changed my life. And I know when I was like a manager, Layla Hermone's content was like, I binged it so much and it helped me so much just to be able to become a better manager and understand people
Okay.
better. But all that to say, Alex and Tony sat down,
Hmm.
and Alex was talking about how, because they made a lot of money really fast, Alex and Layla Hermosi. I think they made $100 million by the time they were like 20, like late 20s type of a thing.
Wow.
And Alex was talking about how he found a school to donate some money to, like a few $1 million for like their after school program. And Alex was like, I felt like the worst person in the world because I donated the money and I was like, cool, like, cool, thanks for showing me like how you're using the money and like having me meet the kids that it's helping, like, cool, but like I'm a few $1 million poor. Like
Uh-huh.
he was just like, I feel like a crappy person for saying that, but like that's just the reality. And Tony, he basically was like, it's because you're not passionate about it. He was like, you didn't find a like a cause or like something that you're super passionate about and that is a need that you would stay up late for, that you would give all your money in the world to. Like for Tony Robbins, because he grew up super poor and there were times where his families would like not have dinner because like they just didn't have money for food. Um, so his cause is like feeding a ton of people. Like I think he has a crazy stat for like feeding 1 billion people in 2026 or something, which is insane.
Hmm.
But he basically was saying, Alex, do the same thing. Like go back, see what is actually like you're passionate about, and then have that be your cause. All that to say, I think we're super passionate about both like you bringing massage and self-care and healing and me bringing more of like the emotional literacy and uh,
Hmm.
just like understanding your inner world and having the language. But I think like, yeah, we'll figure it out because we're so passionate about it. And it's something that I know that I think about every single day. I mean, obviously, because it's my job, but also like, I don't know, there's probably less hours, probably just minutes of the day where I'm not thinking about it.
Yes, we eat, breathe, and live it.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you put that we decided to do it by ourselves, like be entrepreneurs. Like
Yeah.
we really eat, breathe, and live this.
Yeah. But I think that's like that's when you know, because when you were talking about like when you were little, even having like walking on your parents' back to help them like
Yeah.
get some muscle tension
Yeah.
released and stuff. Like, I mean,
Well, and
yeah,
for me personally too, like with like the way I grew up, like I think a big, and I've talked about this in therapy before, and even to some clients, and just like I've just come to the realization myself that being the oldest sibling in my household for all
Mm,
my life and being the, this is like the stereotype that I feel like everyone has, being the firstborn and a daughter at that, like we just, like, we are the generals of our family, how they say. Like, we
mm,
run the household, all the things. We care for everyone. In my case, like I've cared for like, even like my parents' emotions were always parentified for the most part. And so
yeah.
you go into these patterns in our lives of just like over caring for others.
Mm,
And sometimes that can be harmful for for us, but I think a reason that I love massage therapy so much is because I do still get to use that part of me that's just so natural and caring and
yeah.
motherly almost. Uh,
Yeah.
but I get to be compensated in this case. And
Yeah.
I like to say unfortunately sometimes in the world we live in, like we need the money. And so it is a blessing and a curse, finding the thing that I love, uh,
Yeah.
to I can make money off of it essentially. And
Yeah.
I get to just be the caring older sister type in my work, but
Yeah.
it's not so taxing. Like I can benefit from it here versus overexpending myself in like home life or other parts of my life in the past.
Yeah. Sounds like you have a healthier relationship with it. And you know it's a skill that you have. And it's
Yeah.
not like you're trying to change who you are or change the skill or trying to um like villainize the skills. Because I think that's the beautiful thing about all of our experiences is that there's like heavy and light to everything.
Hmm.
And if we're able to take all of like the lightness and the goodness about it and not get rid of it, but amplify it in like a healthier way, like you were saying, like
Hmm.
it's so much, I think it's healing. Like for me, it's been super healing to be able to do that. Um, but it's also been, it just feels like a natural progression versus like a performance or trying to do something, be something that I'm like not.
Yeah, it feels a lot better to be on this side
Mm.
of I'm trying to think of a metaphor, like on this side of the river, than the one I used to be over here where the water was very chaotic
Yeah.
and where I used to, hate myself and wonder like, oh, why am I so like extended and this and
Mm.
that versus now being in a place that it's like, yes, that is who you are and it's okay, but now you can do it within the limits of what I can take and all of that. And in my work, one thing that I feel like I do still need to work on a little bit is maybe separating my emotions from my clients a little bit because I do just
Mm.
still care a lot. And it's like I will get emotional with them sometimes, or you know, just just sometimes it's always a work in progress, like finding that balance
Always.
of things. But
Yeah.
I'm definitely on the calmer side of the river right now, where
Yeah.
it's not eating me up that I give too much of myself. Now now I can give more consciously and more aware of limits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think it's all a result of, my own personal journey and work and just growing up. Like we are when we're young, like we think the world is against us and everything is
Yeah.
done to us and not for us. And, it's just, like you said, it's a journey, part of the journey.
Yeah. It is. It's yeah. I don't know if it will ever end. Like that's one thing that I feel like my 30s has really helped me in. I'm turning 37 this year. And so I feel like in my 30s I just learned in a really real way that like there is no destination.
Mm.
And I feel like that really helped kind of take the pressure off too, of like having to feel like I have to figure things out, or having things take longer than what I thought they would be. I think it, at least for me, it's been like super helpful to like just be more aware. It's helped me be more present, I guess, which has in turn helped me be
Mhm.
better at working and in relationships, and it's just helped me enjoy life more in a way, and be more like
Absolutely. Same.
self-compassionate and all that other good stuff.
We're all heading there. I'm like, little
Yeah,
by little, I feel like I have like this like boat I'm carrying behind me, and it's like, come on in. Like I will guide y'all. Like, get on. Or
yeah,
get onto the rope, like you're coming with me.
yeah,
Like if
yeah,
this is we can all do it little by little. And I
yeah.
feel like that's part of what I do a lot in my work. Like I plant seeds into people.
Mhm.
I'm obviously not a therapist. I don't know how to, you know, deconstruct big things that they, sometimes lay on me with them. But
Yeah,
I do plant the seed, maybe point them in the direction that helped me,
yeah,
and they do their work when they're ready.
yeah.
That's what helps a lot.
I love what you said too, is like plant the seeds, because like I think that's like the biggest part too, is like if you can just show up for people and just be the person that they need in that moment. And it's not saying like we have to put on some sort of performance or anything else, but
Mhm.
just like be hyper present and kind of adaptable to like what they need.
Yeah.
Um then it literally is just like planting the seeds and helping their expand their reality in a way, and maybe have a different fresher perspective or see things in a different light that will help kind of get them to the next step. Like
Yeah.
since the beginning of the new year, I've really been thinking about just like building things like brick by brick. Uh,
Mhm.
I think my approach used to be I'm gonna like build it wall by wall.
I know.
Yeah, just like pedal to the metal. We got to build all these walls. But now I'm like, actually, I just have to focus on like how many bricks do I have capacity to like lay today? And if it's just one brick, that's fine.
Mhm.
But just like keep adding brick by brick. And I think that that's been really helpful in being able to be more present and to help to be the person that the clients need when they come in and have the sessions, and just allows me to leave a little bit more space so I don't feel so
Yeah.
drained.
Yeah, it's like walking and running. Like
Yeah,
I'm in my own personal like running journey, and
yeah,
it's like they say, like 1 mile is 1 mile whether you sprinted it or you walked it.
yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's
It's a
true.
distance. We will get there.
We will. Well, friend, you want to
Mhm.
show each other what we did, the colorings, and then we can
Yes.
close out. I think
Yeah,
that's a
this
beautiful
is where I've
message to.
gotten so far.
Ooh,
I
aw,
I don't know if there's any yellow octopus out there, but that's it.
I
I love
love
this thing because you have the watercolors you need right there. Then I'll just fold it, and it's a bookmark now.
Oh, I love that. I know you did that when you did the
Yeah,
uh
for live.
yeah, for when we had the ice storm and had to cancel our in-person meetup.
No, I should host another one, just random. That
Yeah.
way I can get past those three that is their requirement in order to invite people on.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I feel like there's always hoops to go through, to jump through, that we're just discovering of like, oh, we'll eventually get there.
I know, we'll get there.
Yeah, we will, time and time. This is what I drew. I don't know what it is, but
Oh, the sun
I'll
with the
interpret.
purple solar flare.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I'll interpret it on my social uh later. But
love it.
Yeah.
All right, it was
Oh,
a
it's so
fantastic
nice to see
chat.
you. This was so great. It's always great to meet with you. Thanks for spending some of your Monday morning with me.
Of course. Wouldn't
Awesome.
have it any other way.
Oh, same, same. Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.